Hello, welcome to Anshika's Academy, and this is the series of Tamil Nadu Board History second year. And this is chapter number 18 in this video, the Justice Party Rule. Learning objectives of this chapter are mainly 5 topics that we will cover in this chapter. The factor that led to the rise of the non-Brahmin movement in Madras Presidency, the genesis of the Justice Party in power, achievements of the Justice Party, the end of the Justice rule in Madras Presidency. The Justice Party rule in the Madras Presidency constitute an important chapter in the history of South India. The ideology and objectives of the Justice Party had been unique and somewhat different from those of the Congress Party. The Justice Party represented the non-Brahmin movement and engineered a social revolution against the domination of Brahmins in the sphere of public service and education. British birth of the Justice Party. Various factors that had contributed to the formation of the Justice Party, which represented the non-Brahmin movement. The social dominance of the Brahmins was the main cause of the emergence of the non-Brahmin movement. Their high proportion in the civil service, educational institutions, and also their prominence in the Madras Legislative Council caused a great worry among the non-Brahmins. The Brahmins had also monopolized the praise. The rediscovery of the greatness of the Tamil language and literature also provided a stimulus to the non-Brahmins, particularly the publication of the book entitled A Comparative Grammar of the Dravidian or South Indian Family of Languages by R.E.V. Robert Cadwell. In 1856 gave birth to the Dravidian concept. Later, the ancient Tamil literature had been rediscovered and printed by various Tamil scholars, including Arimunga Navallar, C.V. Damodaran Pillai and U.V. Swami Nath Iyer. V. Kanakas Bhai Pillai, in his famous historic work The Tamils 1800 years ago, pointed out that Tamils had attained a high degree of civilization before the advent of the Aryans. This led to the growth of Dravidian feelings among the non-Brahmins. These factors collectively contributed to the birth of the non-Brahmin movement and the Justice Party. The precursor of the Justice Party was the Madras United League, which was renamed as the Madras Dravidian Association in November 1912. Dr. C. Natasha Mudaliar played a significant role in nurturing this organization. In 1916, the South Indian Liberal Federation was formed for the purpose of promoting the political interests of non-Brahmin castes. In those, the leaders who stood behind the formation of this organization were Pitti Theagraya Chitti, Dr. T.M. Nair, P. Rama Rayaningar, Raja of Panagar, and Dr. C. Natesha Mudaliar. The South Indian Liberal Federation published an English newspaper called Justice, and hence this organization came to be called the Justice Party. The other newspaper which supported the Justice Party was Dravidian in Tamil. Besides, the Justice Party organized a series of public meetings, of conferences, lectures to popularize non-Brahmin movement. Similarly, the Justice Party formed district associations and non-Brahmin youth league. Justice Party rule. The Justice Party came to power following the elections of 1920 held according to the Montagu-Chelmsford reform. The Justice Party captured 63 out of 98 elected seats in the Madras Legislative Council. Pitti Theagrai Chitti declined to lead the ministry. As Subrayulu Rider formed the ministry. In the election of 1923, it fought against the Swaraj Party. The Justice Party again won the majority, and the ministry was formed by Raja of Panagal. In the election of 1926, a divided Justice Party faced the opposition of a united Congress. Therefore, an independent S. Subramanian, with the help of Swarajya Party, formed the ministry. In 1930, when the next election was held, the Justice Party won the majority and formed a ministry with B. Muniswamy Naidu as the leader. In 1932, Raja of Bobli replaced him as Prime Minister of the Presidency. In 1934, Raja of Bobli formed his second ministry, which continued in power until the election of 1937. Achievements of the Justice Party. The Justice Party remained in power for a period of 13 years. Its administration was noted for social justice and social reform. So, justice rule gave advocate representation to non-Brahmin communities in the public services. It improved the status of depressed classes through education reforms. Justice Party introduced following reforms in the field of education. Free and compulsory education was introduced for the first time in Madras. Nearly 3,000 fisher boys and fisher girls were offered free special instruction by the Department of Fisheries. Midday meals was given at selected corporation schools in Madras. This Madras Elementary Education Act was amended in 1934 and 1935 to improve elementary education. The education of girls received encouragement during the justice rule in Madras. Education of the depressed classes was entrusted with Labour Department. Encouragement was given to Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani medical education. The government took over the power of appointing district municipalities out of the control of the High Court. The communal GO government orders of 1920 and 22 provided for the reservation of appointments in local bodies and educational institutions for non-Brahmin communities in increased proportion. The staff selection board created by the Bengal Ministry in 1924 was made. The Public Service Commission in 1929, it was the first of its kind in India. The women were granted the right to vote on the same basis as was given to men. The Hindu Religious Endowment Act of 1921 enacted by the Bengal Ministry tried to eliminate corruption in the management of temples. Justice Party government introduced economic reforms to assist the growth of industries. State aid to Industries Act 1922 was passed. This led to the establishment of new industries such as sugar factories, engineering works, tanneries, aluminium factories, cement factories and oil milling, so on. This act provided credits to industries, allotted land and water. This proved favorable for industrial progress. Similarly, Justice Party government introduced schemes for rural development to help agrarian population, public health schemes to prevent disease, to improve village economy. Village road schemes was introduced in the city of Madras. The Town Improvement Committee of the Madras Corporation introduced slum clearance and housing schemes as a social welfare measures. The Justice Party government gave vast land to village to depressed classes. The Devdasi system, a disgrace to women. The Devdasi system, a disgrace to women, was abolished. The Justice Administration reorganized the working of the University of Madras during the administration of Justice Party. The Andhra University was established in 1926 and Annamalai University in 1929. End of Justice Party rule. The Government of India Act of 1995 provided for provincial autonomy and electoral victory meant the assumption of a major responsibility in the administration of the province. K.V. Reddy Naidu led the Justice Party while C. Rajagopalachari led the Congress in the South. In the election of 1937, the Congress captured 152 out of 250 seats in the Legislative Assembly and 26 out of 46 in the Legislative Council. In July 1937, the Congress formed its ministry under C. Rajagopalachari. Thus, the rule of Justice Party, which introduced important social legislation, came to an end in 1944. The Justice Party conference was held in Salem. There, Paringar Anna passed a resolution. Thereby, the name of Justice Party was changed as Dravidar Kalingam. Learning outcomes of this chapter are: the domination of Brahmin community in the sphere of civil service and education led to the emergence of the non-Brahmin movement. The leaders of the justice movement, the justice ministries between 1920 and 1937. The achievements of the Justice Party administration such as communal GO, Hindu Religious Endowment Act and abolition of Devdasi system. The decline of the Justice Party. Thanks for watching again.